All right, our NAMM coverage continues. I'm joined here by Lisa Loeb. How's it going?
Good. I got here a little bit late.
That's all right.
But it's unbelievable. Every time I come here, it's like being in the hugest music store ever.
Yeah,
You know,
it
and
is.
and for me, it's become almost like a thing where it's like visiting the family. There's people I know who I've known here for over 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
People who make my guitar strings, the Ernie Ball Company, Fender guitars, Taylor guitars, Gibson guitars, microphone companies, Audio-Technica. I mean, the list just goes on and on. My capo company,
Oh,
Shub
wow.
Capos. It's like these people make such a big difference in my life, and it's fun to get to see them and then see other musicians also.
Yeah. Well, you're a great musician. You have a new album out, and this is a.
And have a copy of it. It's
And
called.
is this Amazon exclusive or is that the last two?
This is also Amazon exclusive. I have this record's called Feel What You Feel.
Yeah.
And it's a family-friendly record,
I
a
love
kids
it.
record, but it really is. I think grown-ups will enjoy it too. I've got a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, and
Ah.
I know they're starting really to listen to grown-up music a lot, which that's usually what we play them
Yeah.
anyway. We don't usually play them kids music, but I try to do music that just sounds like real music. You know, it's
that's
like
cool.
I have 2 songs I did on it with Craig Robinson, who's a comic actor.
Oh, yes.
You know,
Yeah,
might know
from
from
The
The Office
Office. Yes,
or
yes.
other shows. He does a cover of the song called "It's All Right to Cry," which was a famous song in the 1970s.
Yeah, and he was a co-star in Hot Tub Time Machine too.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. He got
yeah.
me involved in Hot Tub Time Machine too.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
redid
nice.
my song "Stay,"
Yeah.
so we do that. Ed Helms plays banjo on one of the songs.
Oh, cool.
And it has kind of, without it being sounding like religious-y or weird, it does have some positive messages about
Oh, that's
respect, but they just sound like real songs. But they're kind of harkens back to the 70s. Like I'd like to teach the world to sing those kind of songs.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I have a 4-year-old who's about to turn 4 actually,
Okay.
and a 1-month-old. So.
Oh, well, I have another record for you.
Yeah.
I have another one called Nursery Rhyme Parade,
Oh,
which is the
nice.
first of the 2 records I did for Amazon, and it's
Oh,
all the
cool.
classic nursery rhymes. We did over 30 videos to go with them, which you can see on Amazon
Oh,
as
nice.
well.
I've been teaching her about. It's weird to say old man music. I listen to Lithium on Sirius a lot. And
Well, that's the thing. It's like my kids listen to, right now my daughter's really into Sia. There's a song called Cheap Thrills that my son, who's 4, always wants to hear now.
Yeah.
We go everywhere from the Minions version of YMCA to
Yeah.
Purity Ring and the Beatles. They can pick out music, you know.
Well, very cool. Well, speaking of acting, how would you get into that? That's a cool jump.
You know, that was something I did before I was doing music. That was what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Yeah.
And that's what I did a lot
Wow.
in high school. Although I also started playing guitar when I was a young teenager and started writing music. But I really wanted to do acting. So whenever I have a chance to do it, I do it now.
Very cool.
Yeah, 'cause that's like...
That's awesome. And you have your foundation, Camp Lisa. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, when I started making kids music, I started with a record called Catch the Moon with my old singing partner from college named
cool.
Elizabeth Mitchell. After that, I didn't know if I was going to make more kids music, and people kept stopping me in airports and grocery stores saying, when are you going to make another kids record? And I was like, whoa, I don't know. So I started thinking about it, and the music that really resonated with me when I was a kid, and still today, songs that I still sing, were songs I learned in summer camp. Silly songs, gross out songs that were like popular on the radio in the late 70s, and I wanted to make a record like that. So I made a record called Camp Lisa with a bunch of original songs and some classic camp songs, gross out songs. And when I did it, I thought this will be a really great way to share my love of summer camp with other people.
Nice.
You know, it's just a way you can find yourself. You're challenged to do things you would never think of doing. You know, and trying. And then I realized, oh, it'd be cool to make a TV show about it.
Oh, yeah.
Then kids could see what it was like. And then, A, we didn't get a TV show made. But B, I realized a better way to teach kids about summer camp would actually to let them experience summer
Well,
camp.
you never know.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
one of my favorite shows, actually my daughter's favorite, is Imagination Movers.
Yeah,
on
I
it.
love
And that's because it's cool music.
Yeah.
But I read up on them. Like they were
they're
pitching
like
that
the
for
police.
10 years. You know?
I got together with them. My daughter also was a big fan of theirs,
Yeah.
and I became a fan of theirs. The stories are really fun and interesting and intriguing. The guys have great personalities,
Yeah.
good sense of humor. The songs are good.
Yeah.
And so
I
I
actually
started
really enjoy the
watching
songs.
Me too. So I connected with them via Twitter, and we
Oh,
wrote.
cool.
We've been writing together.
Oh, I
Actually.
love to hear that.
And we went to
Yeah.
go see them play, and they were really. It was a great show. It's like. That's a good example of what good kids music is you can just enjoy it.
Yeah.
So with the Camp Lisa Foundation, I decided to start a foundation, and all the sales from the Camp Lisa record go to send kids to summer camp.
Aw,
And kids can
great.
actually experience it, not just through the music.
Well, that's definitely one experience I think every child should go through because it's always an amazing experience. So.
Yeah.
So before I let you go, I got to ask about my favorite song, I Do. I wore out the singles cassette back in the 90s, listening to it over and over in my car. Yeah, it was a cassette single.
Like a single.
Yeah.
It's like a single. Yeah.
What was the inspiration around that song? And the
Actually,
process
it's
making it?
funny. Somebody asked me that on Twitter the other day, and actually, I kept writing the record, and the record company, I never thought I would go through this situation. I'd seen it on Behind the Music on VH1,
Yeah.
where the record company comes back and they say, but we need a single. Like, what? What do you mean you need a single? And I was so mad, and I went and I wrote that song, and
Oh,
it was,
really?
it was
So
kind
you
of
had everything
inspired-
else written by that point then?
Yeah, and
Oh,
I was
wow.
kind of inspired by my feelings of anger. Like, when I'm done with thinking, then I'm done with you. So it was kind of against the record company, like my frustration with them,
Yeah.
but also drawing from relationship feelings. But
Yeah.
so that was really what inspired it.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Any other projects like to plug before I let you go?
Well, this is the newest one.
Okay.
I have an
cool.
eyewear line. You can check that out as well.
Oh,
Lisa Loeb
cool.
Eyewear. Yeah.
Nice. What's the website for that?
LisaLoebEyewear.com.
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much. Take your time to come out.
Appreciate it.